Revelation 17 and 4.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, in verse 4. And I read, "And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication."
So first, it's a woman, represent a woman, that nation representing a woman dressing like a harlot.
Somebody said no sound. Hey, act. It's good.
That nation.
It's good.
Right. So that woman dressed like a harlot, okay, and all kind of abomination. Verse 5, read.
Verse 5. "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth."
Right, so it says that woman is called Mystery Babylon. When we look the word Babylon, who know what the word Babylon means? Mm-hmm. What Babel means? What it means, the word. Let's go in Genesis 10. Seems like we don't remember what it means. So the Bible have a distinct definition for Babylon, especially Babel. All right, let's go to the Holy Bible and find out what does that mean. Okay. It's chapter 11 actually. Let's go down to verse 9. Genesis 11 verse 9.
The book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 9.
Bring it out, huh?
"Therefore it is the name of it called Babel, because the Most High did there." Guys, I'm hearing too much noise. What's going on? All right.
Read.
Genesis 11, verse 9. "Therefore is the name of it called Babel." Babel, right? Because the Most High did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Most High scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Right, so Babel means confusion, confounded. You see, so the woman that John saw, that woman on her forehead was Babylon. Mystery. What is a mystery? Can someone pull that in the dictionary? What is a mystery? Something that's hidden. Okay, good. Something that's not easy to decipher. Right? So, can you go in the room with him, brother? Brother, you here? Sorry. They're the same. Levi didn't see me. Right? So, the Bible say, Babylon, the mystery. Now we just find out the word Babel, which created Babylon, come from confusion. Right? The land of confusion. Plus it's a mystery. It's something that's not easy to understand. How it operates. It's almost impossible. Because with the eyes of the Most High, we can know Babylon for what it is. Right? So it says mystery. It's something hard to understand. Babylon, which is confusion, the great mother of harlots. Meaning that entity or that country, we know it's a country, it's a land, the Great Babylon, meaning it's bigger, it's more confusing than Babylon itself, it's more mysterious than Babylon itself. And it's the mother of harlots, meaning what? It's the one that's promoting whoredom. Now be mindful, brothers. When you see your forehead, what do you see immediately? What forehead represent in the body? No. Actually, it's the highest point someone see. When someone see you, the first thing they actually see is your forehead. So when the Bible say Babylon mystery, it's in its forehead, meaning when you look at it, those are all the things that you can see. This is what it promotes. This is what it's about. So now, that being said, it says the land of confusion. That's why I need to focus. Today, we're focusing on the clothing, right? Get me Deuteronomy 20:25. Right? So what you're gonna find out, that land we live in it is all about confusing the sheep. You understand? A lot of our people are confused in this place in terms of what the Most High want us to do, because of how this system promote things and how this system go about doing things. It's easy to be confused in that system. Okay, read that, right?
Deuteronomy 22 verse 5
Uh-huh.
says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Most High thy power.
So the Most High say no cross-dressing. You know, a man should not wear a woman's garment, and a woman should not wear a man's garment. It sounds simple, right? Until you come to Babylon. When you come to Babylon, you will find unique sex clothes. When you come to Babylon, when you think that clothes is for women, it's for men. When you think this is for men, it's for women. Right? So, Babylon is a very confusing place. So, what do we do as Israelites? Because the Bible says the men should not wear women's garment and vice versa. Today, I was watching, I was looking at some things on Facebook with Wish. I saw they're making bras for men. They're making tongs for men. And it's a lot of other things they're making for men now. Skirts. You know, they label it for men. Right? And you have clothes that should be for men, they label it for women. So should we go by the label of this society?
Now men would be like panties for men, right?
Right. So this is where the understanding, the mystery of Babylon comes in. You need to understand how Babylon operates. Right? Get me 1 John. 1 John 2:15. This is where the mystery comes in. Where people would think, well, it's okay to wear pants. It's for a woman because it says women. But again, there's things that are made for men that look suspiciously women. But that says men. Like they're making bras. Is it because it says men I need to run and grab it? Or because it says women? So, Brother Yesha, how do we live in this society? Well, that's a good question. We're going to go by what the Most High say. Men shall not live by bread alone, but by what? By every word that comes from the Most High. So we got to go with the Bible. In the time of this confusion, only the Bible going to shine the light. What you got?
Well, I have two questions. Not two questions.
What is it?
Does it have to be about the fabricators like leather and feathers? Does it have to be based on type of clothing in it, or just how it?
I can't even hear you. Take the mask off and just speak.
Does it have to be the type of fabric, like leather, if it's like say if I went to the store and I saw pants that are meant for women, does it have to be based on the fabric? Like, does it have to be leather or feathers and stuff like that?
You're saying, can you wear pants made for women?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Or
Does it have to be about
the fabric?
yeah?
Well, stay with us. Stay with us. We're early in the lesson. I'm sure you're going to find an answer to that. Right? So read that out.
The book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 15
Go ahead.
says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Right.
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right. So this is what the Bible is inviting you to do as an Israelite women and men. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Don't go by what the world say. There we go. Don't go by what the world say. The world say it's okay because I slap a label on it that says for women. Then it's for women. Let's see why the Most High say love not the world. Read on that.
If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Go ahead.
For all that is in the world,
All that is in the world is what?
the lust of the flesh,
The what? What is Pence is about? The what?
the lust of the flesh,
Uh-huh.
and the lust of the eyes,
Uh-huh.
and the pride of life.
So this is what this whole world is about. They're making clothes. It's all about harlotry. Now think about it. The Most High say the woman is called mothers of harlot. Meaning what is gonna do is promote whoredom. Everything is all about whoredom. This society, it says in its forehead, that's what it is. Now think about it. Think about America. Anything they're promoting have to do with sex. They promote some kind of cream on some kind of lotion. They have to have someone naked on it. They're promoting the pants. Even the pants I used to see in the stores. There's a woman with, they say, give you big assets. It's all about showing that asset.
Give you big criteria.
Right? Even the McDonald's they're promoting, there's someone that got to eat that food sexy. So everything about this place is whoredom. That's why the Most High say, do not love the world, because everything that's in it is about lust of the eyes. Or how do I show my asset? You see, this is why the Most High say, come out of them, my people. Because this great place, mystery, Babylon, confusion, is going to turn you upside down. If you don't know the scripture, it's going to turn you upside down. I remember, when you read in history, you see back then, women never wear pants. It was until the wars that the women had to work in the manufacturing. They couldn't do the men job like that, without pants. And that's when women started wearing pants. Because most of the men went to war and the women had to take some responsibility. Before when the men come back, the woman wanted to keep the men's job. So, for you to keep the men's job, you have to keep the men's pants. From there it comes, who got the pants in the house? Because when the men come from war, he had no job. The woman took the job. And she took the pants too, with her. Okay, so now the woman was saying, who wear the pants in the house? She wear the pants in the house.
Can't tell them.
Pants has always been in symbolism of men. Always has been.
With the spirit of masculinity.
Right. But there's something that even more mysterious that happened with the clothing industry. Slowly, you got to see, everything that they do, they're promoting on TV, they come with it slowly. They're not going to push it on you. Just like homosexuality. When they were coming with it, the first time they portray to homosexual, they were showing the men holding the man's head and say, oh, why you such a such? Then they started to hug men. Then they started getting closer to men in movies. Then now, when you're watching your Netflix, it's full-blown men kissing. Because when they're moving, they move slowly on the public. It's the same thing for clothing. It was women never wear clothes, but the point what they wanted to do is women wear pants, then we create pants for women, then slowly we make unisex clothes, then soon there's cross-dressing. We end up breaking the Most High law that says men should not wear women. We slowly integrate them. See, this is why the Most High says in Ephesians 6 and 10, be mindful of the trick of the devil, of the rules of the devil. Because if we don't have the knowledge, we won't be able to see how he operates. Those slow moves that desensitize the population about certain things. Now today, what do you see? You see men out there dressing like women and women dressing like men. You know why? This thing did not come today. It was a process. They wanted us to get there. Okay? They wanted the feminism movement. They all wanted to get there. You see, but they work with it slowly and slowly and slowly. So today, everybody's confused. What you had, Nabosh?
Just something I wanted to add for our parents. Just be mindful what your kids are watching on Netflix. This Netflix thing is insane. Almost every single show. Once you start liking it, within the next 2 seasons, then they start putting gay stuff.
Right.
So sometimes even on the first season, which by the way, if you know the truth, you see those gay stuff, you just stop watching them because once you start liking the show, you become addicted to it. No
Right.
matter what happens, you still want to watch it.
Right.
In the meantime, you're getting programmed.
Right.
So just be mindful of that. It would be better for you to just order like hard drives that's full of movies and you will play movies for our kids versus letting them get addicted to TV shows that's full of gay stuff. And by the way, on all of those shows, they always start with a black man or a black woman doing some gay stuff.
That, exactly.
To make your kids think it's okay.
Right. They're pushing hard on the black community. You see, but it was a slow process. Long time ago in TV, it was never like that. It was people hugging people, starting touching, the same sex in a little awkward way, but not too much, but slowly and slowly and slowly and slowly. The same thing they're doing with pedophilia.
You remember the little show with Will Smith, them playing and stuff like that? They always acting a little bit funny.
Right.
But it wasn't so much popular
It's subtle.
like that,
Subtle. You see, they're working subtle. This is the same way for this society we live in. Right? So in Babylon, they're making everything confused. So you can be confused. Because the Most High, get me 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let me show you something. Let me show you something right quick. They're working their agendas slowly but surely.
The book of 1 Corinthians 14, verse 40 says, let all things be done decently and in order.
Right, I need the one that says the Most High is not the author of confusion. Right, the Most High work in order though. You see, let all things be done decently and in order. There's an order the Most High create, but the devil got his own order. Right? Because
33? 33?
right, 14:33.
The book of 1 Corinthians 14:33
Go ahead.
says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion.
The Most High is not the author of confusion. You being confused, should I wear women clothes that say women? Or a man choosing to wear some effeminate clothes because it says men on it? That's not the Most High that created that. Okay, because if as an Israelite person you said, look, I'm gonna go based on the label on the stores, then you're gonna agree your husband to wear a bra made for men. He's coming home with some stilettos made for men, because it says made for men, right?
Next thing you know, you woman, you're looking for your bras, you can't find it. Where is it?
Your men wearing it, because that's what they're trying to do. They're slowly training you to accept cross-dressing. You understand? So, will you agree for your men to come home with a skirt that says made for men? So, you see the problem with the women? When you say, I'm just gonna, because it says women, it's in the women's section, then I'm gonna wear it. But some people say, well, brother, you wouldn't wear pants made for women either. Well, my answer to that, they're all abomination. It's abomination. It shouldn't be in there in the first place. Babylon shouldn't have created all this confusion in the first place. You understand?
I was surprised when I heard that, when I saw that video, and Hebrew Israelite talking about that, because all you can see, you can tell, like when a woman's wear pants, especially this day, they be wearing them spandex style. Is that what they call them? And this, yeah. So it's like there's a spirit in those things when they walk. Understand? And just like the scripture says, they be walking and mentioning
Mensing as their goal.
Mincing as their goal. You understand? It's that spirit of them wearing that thing, man. Back then, when the women used to cover themselves, like, the guy heads used to be straight. Now, since there was something like that, you see all the men, they be like, God damn! Understand? That's you tempting. That's you tempting the brothers out there.
And then make them for that. Remember, we live in Babylon, the mother of harlots, meaning everything that they produce has to do with whoredom. Look at I used to work in a store, clothing store. Almost all the women clothes, either they're long in the back, they're short in the front. Mm-hmm. Like the way they make these clothes, I feel for the sisters.
Right.
It's almost impossible to find clothing that are not about a whoredom for the sisters.
You see
the clothes could be good on the bottom, the top it's all the way in the middle.
Yeah, or
the back is all the way open.
Right. Or they leave, especially this day, most clothes they have like the intersection here.
Right.
It's wide open. Understand? Why are they propagating those things like that? Because they want to keep you insane.
That's what the Bible says. The mother of harlots. Its objective is to continue pushing all kind of wickedness upon the world. The Most High say is the abomination of the earth, meaning is the cancer of the earth, meaning is the cause the earth do things the way they do. They're the one pushing all these clothings and all this confusion upon the people. So for brothers that say, well, brother, why don't you go to the women's section? We don't need to. The Bible says separate yourself from this system. You understand? We don't need to try anything. The Most High say, touch not the unclean things.
Right.
We don't need to go try nothing, because either way, everything in Babylon is confusion. That's why we Israelites, we got to get to a point where we manufacture our own garments,
like
our own clothing. Everything that we own have to be Israelite made.
Yeah, like a lot of sisters now, they be making their own clothes.
Their own skirts.
Their own skirts.
So we give
like
all praise to the Most High.
Nice sisters.
Our sisters.
She always do that, She
right.
turned them pants into skirt now.
Right. What about that?
That's what you gotta do.
Turn confusion into righteousness.
That's right.
What you got, brother?
Can you make the clothes? Is it from? So once you go to a store and say if I went to the store and I saw a skirt for men, but can you make a different clothing instead of that skirt? I mean, can you
Change it into a man clothes? I'd run away from that. If I see a skirt for men, I won't even turn it into anything. But okay. But I got your point. But I wouldn't do it. Yeah. I don't touch no unclean things like that. That's even worse.
Identify the long male garments that are like a dress, but it goes down below the knees. Mm-hmm. But you get what I'm saying? They're wearing pants in them.
About the garments we're wearing type?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. All right, we'll get to it. We'll show you. All right, so get me Zephaniah 1 and 8 right quick. And let's see how the Most High feel about this whole Babylonian things and the ways of the strange ways of how we dress as a nation. Zephaniah 1 and 8.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice
The Most High gonna have a sacrifice, but not with lambs though. Read.
that I will punish the princes and the king's children
Who are the Israelites? Read.
and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
With strange apparel. What does that mean? What makes something strange?
Those the ones I don't like.
Yes, what else?
You know, explain.
You can't explain it. It's confusing. What else?
Yeah. It's inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Appropriate. But you know what's more strange? Is something that's from a stranger. You know, so what's more strange is something that's come from a stranger. So all of you who are dressing according to the strangers, you understand? I'm gonna make a sacrifice out of you. So basically, we don't need, as Israelites, we need to get to a point where we don't need to go to them stores and to go to strangers and buy strange clothes. Because strangers make strange clothes. That's why they call them strangers. They're strange, they're different. You see? So if you're going to be wearing different clothes, strange clothes from strange people, from different nations, the Most High got a problem with that. See, this is why in the book of Joshua, we saw that man, he went and stole some Babylonian garments. The Most High told him not to wear those things. The Most High had to kill him for that.
But you know, the Most High says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to the evil." But even today, though, if you look at the clothes that they put in the women's section, right? Like, it's for a good example, tongue that female used to wear. Back then, they used to put them like large. But now it's just like a little
string, man.
little string you have. So that way, when the female walking, so that all that thing could, But you don't see things like that. You don't see they make.
Well, they made them for men too.
They make them for men too.
Yeah,
Men wear them.
I saw them on Wish. They got tongues for men. There's one tongue they made. It's only one little pocket, one string for the man. It just holds his private.
Yeah.
Just one side string with a little pocket that holds his private.
When the scripture says, "Thou shalt not love not the world, neither the things that are in the world," the Most High is telling you that separate yourself from all the things of this world, man.
Right.
Because all the things that this world brings out is for your destruction.
Right. What you got, sis? Something. Right, the stores, man, you're not gonna find skirts. Like, good luck finding skirts for kids, especially for young girls. Good luck with that. I got young girls, I can't find. We have to make our own skirts. The ones you find, man, it's like you're selling your daughter. Because everything in this system, man, is all about order. Everything, we have to reject the whole system. You understand? The Most High said, touch not the unclean things. What you got?
As soon as they start realizing they're not making money, and that our people want to start wearing skirts, they're going to try to start selling skirts as well. The same way they start trying to put fringes on clothes. And the same way I recently read in the news, they say they don't understand why there's a trend of black men wearing, having long beard. They don't get it. They don't know why it's all popular all of a sudden. Because the Israelites are teaching to keep it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to try to do it just so that they can make some money.
Right. But they're gonna try to. What they're gonna try to do is, well, either way it works in our advantage. Either way. But we need to work hard though to start establishing our own first before they take ahead of us. What you?
At work, I had a lady, one of my employees, she said, "Do you wear pants?" I said, "No, I don't wear no pants." She said, "You don't wear no pants?" I said, "No, I don't wear pants. I only wear skirts."
Right.
I would say, did I stutter?
She says, "I don't know." Every morning, she see when she said, "Oh my God, I don't know how you do it." I'm like, "Is the job getting done?" And I only wear skirts.
Right. Come.
A lot of people, they love to make excuses why they can't do this, why they can't do that. But are you really looking to serve the Most High? Because the Most High require that you make sacrifice.
And let me tell you, brothers, man, you're gonna see, man, a lot of the women that become cross-dressing, they get to the pen situation first, then they get to the unisex clothing, then they go straight men. This is a process to get you into some other wicked things. Okay, so they can break the Most High law that say do not cross-dress. It's a whole process. You understand? But our people don't understand that. Why they create unisex clothes is that men start, because I see some men, especially the Dominican brothers. Now these brothers, man, they be wearing some tight pants, like women junior pants.
Man, I live around there.
I'm like, what's going on, brother? Why is your pants like that?
I live around.
They love wearing those things, man.
I'm like,
They got them capris on, man. What's going on with you?
It's give me a second. It's so funny that, and it's been in the Cuban community, man. The Cuban community, if you go to Miami, this is the land of sin. The women, they walking with a spirit on them. You see, the behind is like this, and then their legs is all the way down there. You know what I'm saying?
You can't even see them legs.
It's like all of them. I'm like, why are they,
so
doing that to
obsessed.
themselves?
They're
man?
obsessed.
They're obsessed with
How
that.
people obsessed in changing their behind and all these pants and showing. Look, man, if our women wear skirts, when you wear skirts, you're not concerned so much about the body, man. You understand? It's not showing anything. It don't bring that level of awareness of your body. But when you wearing that pants, man, it shows that awareness. All the
You're not coming from the.
it's like
You
why
get
are you
out
looking
from your
behind?
house and you look out in the mirror 50 times. Maybe I make sure.
It's like these pants and stuff like that. They're bringing spirits, and it's all about my body and the loss. So I can go out there and I show that asset. You see, that's all it's about. What you got, sis?
Sometimes when you go to the the people, they're not even.
Liana, be quiet. I'm sorry.
Even if they wear skirts, they're like up to their thighs.
Yeah, I know them skirts, man. Or you got skirts. The front is long, the bottom, the back is all the way here. I'm like, yo, they're all jacked up. I know, cause I used to walk in them stores, man. You can't find nothing righteous. I know. What is it? Well, why would you wanna wear short skirts?
And good language, it will show your private part.
It'll show your body, man.
It will show your body.
The most I said, get me that. Let me get the scripture. 1 Timothy 2:9. Let's show why we can't. But I got to give you scriptures.
1 Timothy 2 verse 9.
First Timothy 2:9.
1 Timothy 2 verse 9.
Read.
It says, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety.
Right. So when the Bible says we got to dress in modest apparel, look up the word modest for me. Let the woman dress modestly. Let's get some synonyms out of the word modest.
The word modest means unassuming or moderate in the estimations of one's abilities or achievements. Moderate, fair, tolerable. These are some synonyms.
Is there more?
It says adequate, passable, satisfactory, acceptable.
Right. So all these are good words. Let the woman be moderate. You understand? In things that you do, that you don't do too much. Okay? And shamefacedness. What does that mean? That you cover your shame. Okay? Your body is yours, man. Your body is your husband's for the women that are married.
Right.
That you need to be able to cover your shame. Walking around with your legs showing, even if you bend down, you gotta go like that, 1,000 position before you grab a little quarter that fall on the ground. Come on, man. What's going on?
As a sister, if you dress up, if you wear a dress And you notice that you gotta bring that thing down like 50 times before.
Or if something
every
falls down,
second-
you can't even pick it up without someone exposing your
Right.
private.
Every second you
Come on.
bringing something down, it's like that's a workout, man.
Right.
Every second you trying to bring
And
it
the
down.
crazy thing is, a lot of these women, they wear those short shorts. Then when they see men looking at them, then they're trying to pull it down. They ain't gonna do nothing. It's exposed.
Exposed.
You understand? Why are you trying to bring your skirts down when you see men around? You didn't know that's what you come out, that's what you were doing? You came out to sell your behind. Then let men look at it.
You know, recently I was watching these things on Facebook. It's a sister. She went on an airplane and she let all her top open. And they give one of the pilot, they gave her a jacket to put in. She took off the jacket in the plane again.
She don't want to.
She didn't want to put it on, and they had to kick her out.
Now we know Esau's wicked. But when you go to that, even Esau, I'm wicked. But that's
extreme.
You going off. You know, because we know Jake, man. Jake, everything they do, the extreme of it.
Yeah, but they're wicked, but one thing we have to understand, focus on too is the sisters, Esau sometimes have more understanding, not showing what they have.
Mhm.
Versus the sisters are the ones that go more extreme.
Yeah.
So even though as much as they want to talk about Esau, they try to raise their daughters more to respect themselves, and that's why you see more Edomites getting married than the sisters, because the sisters don't know how to not only to respect themselves, but they're teaching them, okay, you know what, it's okay to be biased.
Right.
You know, and this is one of the things that the sisters don't understand. A lot of time they're looking for good men, right? They say, "Oh, I need a good man." Yes, you need a good man.
Don't you?
You're supposed to want a good man. But a real man is not looking for like a street woman. When you walking in the street, like you showing all your body, understand? If a real man were not looking for you, they would. Some guy, they said, there's two guys I was speaking to, and one day they saw this girl. She was dressing up like really with a short. And I said, "Would you put a ring on that woman's finger?" They said, "Hell no. I'm just gonna bang, 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 and keep on moving." That's what the brothers see out.
Let me tell
The
you.
wicked one.
I always say that. Niggas get ratchets. Niggas and ratchet go hand in hand. Okay? When I say niggas, our people out them Negroes out there, you see that are dragging their pants. That's why you can find a good man. Because good men flee from you when you dress like that. Or if they approach you, they're trying to get something. But they got a good woman waiting home.
Right.
Or they got eyes on a good woman that they ain't gonna trade that for you.
That's right.
You see? So that's why the Bible say let the woman dress in modest apparel. But let's go in Jeremiah 6:16, brother. What?
Ezekiel 16 verse 8. It's how Israel, Most High talking to Israel. He has to see this.
Which one am I gonna get?
It's Jeremiah 6:16. I'll check your verse out. It's okay. It will be just fine.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 16. It says, "Thus saith the Most High, stand ye in the ways, and see, and ask for the old path."
The what?
The old path.
The Most High said, brothers and sisters, we got to look for the old path. Okay, what is the old path before this whole confusion? 6:16. See, before the whole confusion started, we need to start backtrack and see where is the old path. The path that allowed old people to grow together and married for a long time. Right? Back then there were better marriages, we can say it, right, Con? Right? There were men more responsible that wanted to take care of their children. Okay, there were less women now you got old, like, man, look, I was watching a video on Facebook. You see that old granny, man. She's trying to do like what that wicked, shameless woman? Cardi B, they're doing the WAP. You know, she's trying to put her legs up. I'm like, that woman is about 80 something years old.
He's the one helping it out.
You understand? So this is what's happening, man. We need to go back to the time where older women respected themselves. You understand? Where men took responsibility. When women was women and men was men. In this life we live in, you can see a man working. You're like, hey, sir. It's like, no, I'm a man. It's like, oh, goddamn. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's like, I'm not a man. I'm a man. But you speak like a man, but I'm a man, sir. It's like, what? You see, this isn't the time we're living in. When you can say, hi, sir, it's like, no, I'm a man. It's like, what? But you got Adam's apple. I'm still a man. I can be whatever I want in this place. I can be gender neutral if I want to. I can be a it if I want to.
Someone who got mad at me, can I say something?
Mhm.
After that, you can read my verse for me, dog. I was working at the courthouse for G4S, and a lot of people were coming in. We was supposed to screen them and just make sure they don't have medals or weapons and stuff. And this guy,
Just it.
I don't know, it was a
It.
guy to me. I'm like, all right, step forward, sir. I'm no sir. I'm in him. I'm like, hold on.
Hold your horse.
And it went up from 0 to 100. I'm like, what?
It went up.
I couldn't even say anything after that. I'm like, just step forward. All right, just step forward.
Let's get this over with. What you got, sis? You had something?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. When you say it can be anything that you want to be, some Christians would say you could be anything that you want to be. Most says you could be
Yeah.
anything that you want to be, and they use that to.
Guess what? Christianity is right along with it. So the Most High says he's going to take the beast and his false prophet and throw them in the lake of fire. That false prophet is Christianity. Christianity is the one that's been pushing that. You can come to Jesus no matter what
What's the verse you
what you decide to be. Finish Jeremiah for me. Finish Jeremiah 6:16 right quick.
Jeremiah 6:16.
Go ahead.
It says, and ask for the old path, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your soul.
The Most High say, good, look for the old path. Then you'll find the good way. Because the way we living in this society ain't no good way. So how do we choose the clothes we wear? We got to go back to the past. How did our forefathers, mothers, how did they used to dress? This is the good question you need to ask. Don't think about America. Don't be like, oh, men can't wear this. No logic with America. America is solid. Babylon, fire. You understand? Okay. Babylon on the side. Cut out, separated.
That's right.
You understand? We need to put this whole charade, expiatories, shenanigans.
All the predicaments.
Okay? We need to put all these on the side and go back to the old path. The Most High said, then we shall find peace for our soul. Right. That's how we're going to have better marriages. We're going to have better women. We're not going to have it. You understand? We're going to have men that actually men, women that actually women. But this whole system is designed to induce, to seduce the soul of men to break the Most High laws, to become things they are not. You understand? So why there's a lot of whoredom going on in America? You know why? Because America is all about whoredom. Everything is about whoredom. The music, you see the videos we be having? You see, they have... You got to choose if it's for children, like our videos. They got to choose if it's for children or if it's for adults only. If you put for children, then adults can't see it. It's going to be suggesting to children. If you put for adults, then children not going to be able to receive that education. But the crazy thing is, you can just tap WAP on YouTube, then Cardi B pop up without any warning. And you see that I start watching that thing, I'm like, oh my goodness. Then I'm like, I can't take no more. I couldn't even finish watching the video. They don't care about children or anything. They're just, you put WAP. Any child, you're gonna see a video of WAP. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So this whole country is all about harlot and whoredom, man. And if we have a land, man, in Israel, this thing gonna be legal for you to make such a video, man. That's a death penalty, man. That's whoredom. Okay? Because where's that verse? Deuteronomy 23:17. It said, "Thou shalt not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore," man. But this is what's going on, man. And the clothing, it's no different. Let me tell you something. When you expose everybody with food everywhere, they become hungry. When you expose whoredom everywhere, the clothing, the music, you understand? The street, the signs, the commercial. Guess what? You telling people to be harlots.
And
Insurance company, AC, that guy put on his AC, your wife is hot. Put AC in your, what does that have to do with my wife?
man, it's so crazy.
You see, this whole funny kid, why would you put that on the post?
Yeah.
That should be illegal too.
Your wife is hot picture.
Like, no, my wife is not hot.
What your eyes is
You
doing on
understand?
my wife?
You know, like, this is some pervert mind, man.
Yeah, it is. You know, not this day, man. Like back then, there was a brother that asked me, like, called me last night and asked me, where is the verse that says, when the men used to be married, they used to marry the virgin woman. I'm like, I'll give you the verse. I was showing him. It's just so funny to tell you. Back then, the fathers used to really preserve their daughter and give it to a man of understanding and marry them. But now this day, the little girl, she already been with 50 men before he can get to the one.
Man,
that
these
is
girls are
supposed to be
13, man. They
married.
already, you tell her how many boyfriend you got. It's like, it's not how many I have. It's how much time you got. Because I can count.
And they start counting.
1, 2, 3.
Say 2 hours later, yeah, I'm still counting.
Pablo, Pedro, Santilis.
Centuries. What you got, your sister? Oh, Adonia, what you got?
Yeah, you saw they're using the pants and the skirts. They're, you know how they're giving the skirts to the men and the women. That's triggering their mind to think that that's changing their minds, and that's what is destroying our people, because we're forgetting who we are, because Esau is destroying ourselves.
Right, come on, give her a hand, man. Using big words, trigger.
Be like, just like daddy.
So, but
Just
that's
like
what she's
daddy.
saying. It's triggering the mind to make you someone you're not. Because
Right.
clothes got spirit. Because when we dress, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. When you dress like a businessman, you feel important.
Yeah.
Right?
Feel
When
responsible, man.
when you dress like with you guys used to be in the world, when you dress with them clothes, you feel like, man, I'm sexy, I'm all that. You see, it's all that. When the way you dress triggers spirit. You understand? Make you think someone you're not. Like when it's gonna happen. For he may as well take his skirt. Wife looking for her pennies cannot find it. Because this man all full blown queer.
And last week, man, I wear a suit. I'm like, okay. I went to an interview. I wear a suit, man. I'm like, I start feeling some type where I'm like, okay, hold up.
Hold up. You're not a preacher.
Hold up.
You're a Hebrew,
I'm
brother.
not them bastards.
What you got, man?
This morning, my mom is telling me about some of the tribes from Israel, and you know the God tribe, the Indians. Well, she told me that the Indians are like a strong army, so that meant if they were to surrender themselves, they would kill each other. And now our people just want to like surrender themselves and do like stuff that they're not supposed to, instead of just doing what's better for them.
God, they give themselves up, man. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You understand? They give themselves over to all kind of whoredom. All right, so
Can I pull that?
where's the Ezekiel 16?
Ezekiel, Napash. Ezekiel what?
16 verse 8.
16 verse 8. Let's see that, man.
16 verse 8.
Ezekiel 16 verse 8.
Write it. Write it down.
Ezekiel 16 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
Now when I pass by thee and look upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love. And I spread my skirt over thee, and covered thy naked. thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee and entered into a covenant with thee, saith the Most High.
The Most High talking to Jerusalem, he says, I put a skirt on you and I cover you, and you become mine. Read it.
And thou becamest mine.
Come.
Right, that's where we were going. Right, so just like the brother bring out, get me another one to support what he's saying. Deuteronomy 27:20. To see how our women used to dress. Because the Bible says we got to go back to the old path, man. So don't listen to no Hebrew leader that's telling you, man, it's made for women wear it. Then soon, if the pants is made, because I've seen certain pants that look like men, but they say women on them. So if it say women, it's in the women section, just get it. That's what they're trying to tell you, man. That's wicked, bro.
When a woman wear pants and a lesbian wear pants, what's the difference?
Right.
Now you're gonna tell the lesbian you lesbian. Now the other woman you're gonna say is white. That's confusing.
Is it Deuteronomy 27 and verse 20? It says, "Cursed be he that lieth." No, that's it. Okay.
Come.
Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife, because he uncovered his father's skirt.
You see that? The woman was synonymous with skirt. Read that again.
It said, "Cursed be he that lieth."
You understand?
That verse is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, and verse 23. Yes, that's the Apocrypha. That's when the sisters be like, I need a righteous man. Give them that verse.
Right. Read that, bro.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 23.
Write it down in the life on the side.
Write it down there. I want all of them to know that verse. Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
You see that? Read.
But a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Most High.
Right. A wicked woman, you get a wicked man. A wicked man, you get a wicked woman. So if you can't find a good man, you got to ask yourself a question. Am I wicked?
Am I a good woman?
Am I a good woman? What makes you good?
The law.
What precept is that?
Romans 7 and 12.
Women 7 and 12. The law is good. So when you keep the Most High law, you become a good woman. When you look at our sisters, you see dress, like a man can, not any nigga gonna approach them. His hand, dragging his pants and trying to talk to a sister who's well covered up. No. A man that's dragging his pants is gonna talk to a ratchet woman.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it's a magnet. It's a magnet thing. The way you dress attract the kind of people you want. Right, they call you miss and ma'am. You got respect all of a sudden. Man, but you're dressing like a ratchet woman. You ain't getting no respect. The little mama, shorty.
The little shorty. What's going on, shorty? Yep.
So,
My grandma used to say something. She used to call the woman private parts like a candy.
right.
But if you think of it, let's say it's a candy and you remove the wrap and you leave that exposed in the street. What happened? All the ants, all the bugs and ants, they're just gonna come and attack. It's true. So a woman, if this is precious to you, if it's gold shouldn't be everywhere, right? If everybody's looking for it, it's no longer valuable. It has no value. But if you cover it, it's something to discover. So men be like, you know what? How come she's different? There's something about her. She's all covered up. They want to know you. They want to talk to you. But when you expose, this thing is not valuable. It ain't got no value.
Everybody's-
Like it can do without wrap.
Everybody see it, so what's the point? It's not so imperative to me anymore. Understand? So, and that's why we urge our sisters, man, cover yourself, man. Understand? Because men tend to respect a woman the way they dress, the way they carry themselves. Understand? Every man will tell you that. If they see your sisters that all dress up in modesty, when they approach you, they're going to approach you with respect.
Right.
But when they see you with, like, you wear a pum pum,
You're a little mama, man.
you know,
You should have read
You're a
verse
shorty.
22, verse 22 on that.
Right.
You should have read it.
so they were just gonna be like, she's just like a little ratchet. Just gonna try to hit and keep on moving.
Right, that's what it is, man.
Verse 22. You see it?
Ecclesiasticus 26:22.
Right.
Ecclesiasticus 26:22. That's on the Apocrypha. It says,
A harlot.
and harlot shall be accounted as spittle. Married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Right. You know, the Bible say a harlot, man, you like spit, man. Meaning you got no respect. Niggas gonna always disrespect you. You understand? Or any man gonna come at you trying to get at you. Any dog, man. You see? But the Bible say, man, a married woman, a marriage material woman gonna always have that respect. And our sister walking, you know, she got her dress on, she dressed properly. You can be in the hood, all these niggas see you like, ma'am, how you doing? Because we as men, we know who to call ma'am and who not to call ma'am. You understand? We know who to call shorty or not. You understand? But that's why the Bible says let the woman dress in modest apparel. So now let's see for the men. Get me Ecclesiasticus 45:6 while you in the
Yeah, and one last thing, you know, as sisters, even brothers too, before you get somebody, ask yourself, am I good enough? Ask yourself, am I in the conditions where I deserve a good man or I deserve a good woman? It's what you gotta ask yourself.
Right.
No.
Ecclesiasticus 45:6.
Ecclesiasticus 45 and verse 6.
Let's see, you know, some verses about where the men used to wear pants. Right? So now we just saw 2 verses. There's many more. That says our sisters used to wear skirts.
Mm-hmm.
Now when the Bible says go to the old ways, man. The old path. Then you'll find peace. Because the thing I knew, man, back then was better marriages. Better men that actually worked and took care of their children. Okay, there were a lot less women. Back then, men in Haiti, I remember, when a woman wear things like that, short, everybody's looking at you like, what the hell is going on?
It was a shame for
This.
a woman
Like
to
people
wear
could
this.
curse you out. If you dressing like that, but right now, women working like, you know, you go to Haiti now, the Bible says is the abomination of the earth. Now the whole world is doing the same thing as America.
They drunk in the same cup.
I know in the early 1990s, if you were wearing pants, I'm not talking about short pants.
Right.
Pants, everybody like, oh my God, look, she's just a whore. They would literally think you're a whore.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, you can ask her. We were watching a video of something that was happening in Haiti recently, and all the females were wearing pants short. I'm like, oh my Lord, what happened?
Police used to, to give them big guns,
Right.
To make sure that's not wearing pants.
So those short stuff, and then you walk in the street, they stop you, and then they beat you.
Yeah, the police would stop you and beat you behind, man, if you used to wear those short in Haiti. But right now, man, like, it's wild.
And there's homosexuals too.
Man, it's wild. The Bible called Babylon the mother, the abomination of the earth. Meaning until Babylon is gone, the earth will not stop being abominable. See, it's all over, man. These women are wild and they all want good men.
But it's good that we talk about the negativity aspect of these things. But at the same time, we had a great lesson before about fathers coming home, you know, mothers, you know, really raise your daughters as righteous. Understand, you got to watch over there. So when they going out, you got to make sure that you watch the clothes they wearing. Check the book bag, make sure that they don't put extra clothes on the book bag. As a parent, this is your job, man. This is your duty. You got to watch over those things.
Right.
You know? I got all the tools, man. I ain't got kids yet, but I got all
What
the
you got,
tools.
sister? Right, because what you're saying is true. Because who started this whole movement of short? Back then, it was Edomites. They go to Haiti, you'd see them wearing those things. Well, a lot of people would be looking at, why do they wear those things? Like, we were so stunned when we see Edomites would come over in Haiti wearing those things. We'd be like, what? Then our people start following the oppressor. You understand? We start doing the same thing that they do. You know, Edomites having dog kissing their face and stuff. You know, it's not something we ever did. Like dogs in Haiti, you sleep outside. Afuela. You understand? You're not gonna come inside of our house, and you know, not even talking about we holding dogs. You know, Amashia call a woman dog. That was a bad name. In this society, you call a woman dog, she'll say thank you.
I'm told
This man's best friend.
there's this Haitian woman who married a Edomite guy, and the guy has a dog, and you know, the guy wants the dog to be on the bed, and she can't have it, she can't take it. So whenever the guy goes somewhere, she takes the dog and locks the dog in the room, and then as soon as the guy's coming back, she goes and opening the door to let the dog out. And hey, we don't have dogs walking around.
See, that's the problem marrying Edomites and all these
eating
nations.
our plates and everything like this.
You know, you got them Chinese cooking dog heads. You gotta eat it, and you know, no food go to waste in China. You gotta eat them eyeballs and stuff. You see, or you marry them Edomites, you gotta marry their dogs too. See, that's what it is.
Dog kiss you.
You see, a lot of them actually in them dating websites. You'll see, if you don't love dogs, I can't be with you. Because it's two husbands. You understand? That's what's happening, man. All right, so read that, man. Ecclesiasticus 45 and 6.
Ecclesiasticus 45 and verse 6. He exalted Aaron and holy men like unto him, even his brother of the tribe of Levi. Covenant he made with him, and gave him the priesthood among the people. He beautified him with comely ornaments, and clothed him with a robe of glory. He
Right.
put upon him perfect glory.
You see, the Most High said, clothe him with a robe of glory. See, the men back then, we had garments, long garments, sis. You know, for the question you asked. The Bible say the men's was always different, though.
Right.
The styles were always different. We would clearly define. The females would go flowers and all these things, you know, and all these how the design was made.
Yeah.
It was totally different. Just like today when we make garments for our sisters and our brothers, you see the difference.
You could distinguish.
You had a
between
nice
the men
purple
and the
garments,
women.
right? You see that? I wouldn't wear that. You understand? The way it was made, clearly defined that it's for a woman, right?
Right.
See, the men is more heavy and more solid and more, you know, robust, made for a man. Okay, and plus the designs are not glittery. Okay, so it was always different. But the Most High say what? We were garments back then. Not even them t-shirts. Right now we using t-shirts. You understand? But back then it's our garments we wear. Okay, let's read on.
Verse 7. You want me to continue on verse 7?
Mm-hmm.
An everlasting covenant he made with him, and gave him the priesthood among the people. And he beautified him with comely ornaments, and clothed him with a robe of glory. He put upon him perfect glory, and strengthened him with rich garments.
With what?
With rich garments,
You see, that's where we wear, man, them garments. Okay, read.
and with breeches, with the long robe and the ephod.
So breeches, what is breeches?
Pants.
Old word for pants, man.
Right.
Breeches. If you go in the south, they say breeches. Don't think anything else. It's pants. It's an all English word for pants.
Those were what men used to wear.
Right. Breeches.
Men
It's
used
an
to wear
old word
breeches,
for
you
pants.
know. Under the garments, the men used to have the breeches under them. You know, like the Most High required that the priests they wear them, because once they go on top of the altar, you know, they don't want nobody to look under their clothes. So Most High required that they have the breeches on them.
I saw a Christian pastor. He's very famous actually, but he's an African guy. apparently now Africans are going to Haiti trying to teach people. So it's not just white people trying to conquer the Israelites, now Africans too.
Right.
So anyway, they asked him a question regarding pins. He said, well, first of all, back in the days there weren't pins. And I was like, what? Now I had to go on the Hebrew to look at the word. And when you look at the word, clearly it says pins.
Right.
For people that are doubting, some people say, nah, it's just underwear. No, it's actually pants.
Right. Pants.
But those pants at the time, they were shorter, they weren't longer, but
Right.
they were still pants.
Right.
So he actually said there were no pants in the Bible.
He's a liar,
So
man.
he's a liar.
You don't know the Bible.
Right?
Okay. They don't know the Bible.
All those pastors, they have to sit down and be taught
Give me that
again.
for a second,
What you say, sis?
It does say that. So it says these men trousers often having ornamental buckles or elaborate decoration as a near bottom, commonly worn by men and boys in the 17th, 18th, and 19th century.
You
There
see?
we go.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Got it.
Right. So get me Isaiah 52:1. That's all we know. So now the Bible say we got to go back to the old path, man. That's how we not gonna be confused in this system. Okay? When we go in the old path, we see our sisters were wearing skirts, we see our men were wearing garments. You understand? So we know what to wear. We don't have to go by what Esau labeled as for women and men. We don't have to do that. In fact, the Bible says, be ye separate. Isaiah 52 verse 1.
Isaiah 52 verse 1.
Read.
Awake, awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
So the Bible says, awake, put on our strength. Our strength lies in our culture. You see that? Our strength lies in our culture. How? Because the more we start dressing as Israelites, we have to buy it from Israelites. We have to manufacture, because his strengths come from his culture. Once you start losing your culture, now you got to go to stranger to buy everything. And that's what the white man is doing in India and Africa. So everybody can be wearing Louis Vuitton and all these Gucci bandanas. So he's taking away their culture so that he can make money out of them, export them merchandise. Our strength lies in our culture. The more we go back to our culture, the more, like the fringes. You know, who's benefiting more from doing fringes is Israelites for now. You understand? That's why it's very serious. Okay? Because now we got the white men and the Indians. You're buying Africans clothes. You're buying African clothes, but who's selling it? Indians. They're making them straight from India. But they're supposed to be African clothes. That's what they're trying.
And this is another thing that I think he was trying to ask that early. The mixing fabric, guys. That's a law in the scripture that you cannot mix fabric together. That's one thing. We have to make sure that when we go buy clothes, that we pay attention. If it says 50% polyester and 50% cotton, you cannot buy that clothes.
Right.
Now they say you have to pay attention to the details. Read on the back. Sometimes they have it on the bottom. So try to read it before you put it on. That's why, sometimes you be wearing some clothes, you be like, all crazy things happening during that day. It's because you put in like a mixed fabric. Most out doesn't want that. You got.
All right, so that's Deuteronomy 22:9.
Right.
Thou shalt not sow hold on. Verse 11. Deuteronomy 22:11. Thou shalt not wear a garment with diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. So diverse sort. The most high, if you're gonna wear wool, do wool. Polyester, do polyester, but don't be mixing fabrics. Right. But anyway, so we see how we used to dress. So we don't have to worry about Esau and all these etiquettes, because it's all confusion. You see, if you're gonna go by the etiquettes and all the labels they put on clothes, man, you're gonna be one confused kitten. You understand? You're gonna be confused in Babylon.
Exodus 23 verse 2, he says, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Just because they say, oh, this is women's clothes, this is made for women, you don't have to follow them. Understand? You know your heritage, you know where you come from, you know your nationality.
Right.
You're an Israelite, you dress with skirt, not with pants. The Most High didn't give that to you.
Right.
Understand? So that's why it's imperative that we pay attention to those things, because if you say you're serving the Most High, and you're not following all the things the Most High asks you to do, trust me, You're working in
Right.
vain.
So based on that, brothers and sisters, the answer, should an Israelite woman wear pants made for women?
Like,
It's a big hell no. Okay? No. No, get out of the matrix.
Right.
You understand? We Israelites, we go back to our ancestry. We go back to our culture. We don't take nothing. We don't touch nothing from the unclean place. Can? On that, all praise be to the Most High, B'Hashem
Praise,
Yahushua.
hallelujah.
And the Most High continually bless us with knowledge, understanding. I'm Adim Lapanim Yarusha.
Remember.